In this video, I'm going to give a quick overview of the Vlookup Assistant feature for the Hero tools added. So Vlookup Assistant will help you write VLOOKUP, index match, and XLOOKUP formulas. The first thing we're going to do is select a cell where we want to write or input the formula, and that's this cell right here. In this case, we want to use a lookup formula to look up the name in this table over here and return the email address. So we'll select this cell here, and then we'll go to the Hero Tools tab, and under the Vlookup Assistant section we're going to go to Create Formulas, and we'll first just start with a basic VLOOKUP. And what Vlookup Assistant is going to do is prompt us to select the cell that contains the lookup value. Now this would be the first argument in a VLOOKUP. And Vlookup Assistant also attempts to assume which cell you want to look up. It's going to select the cell to the left of the cell you had selected. So if this is the cell or the value you want to look up, you don't need to do anything. Otherwise, you can select another cell if you need to. But in this case, we'll just hit OK. Next, we're going to select a row in the range that contains the table array. So this would be the second argument in a VLOOKUP. And we want to start with the lookup value column and select all the way to the return value column. So all we need to do is select a single row, and we can select this row right here. Typically with VLOOKUP you'd need to select the entire range, but we just need to select the first row or any row here really, and that's going to again start with the lookup value and end with the return value, which is the email address. So we've selected F4 to H4. We'll go ahead and hit OK, and Vlookup Assistant will write the lookup formula, in this case VLOOKUP, based on those two inputs, and also fill down the formula here since we're using an Excel table. And here's the formula that Vlookup Assistant wrote for us. So again, it's going to look up this value in this table array over here, and it automatically figures out that we need to return the column index number of 3, or the third column, and it's going to do an exact match. So again, it writes the entire lookup formula for us. So if you're not familiar with VLOOKUP or you don't write these very often, this will really save you a lot of time and also prevent errors in writing the formula. And Vlookup Assistant does work with structured references in tables. I currently have those turned off, but I have an Excel table here. I can quickly turn those on if I go to the Table Design tab. Hero Tools has another feature right here to turn table formulas on and off instead of going into the Excel Options menu. So I'll just click this checkbox here. That will turn my table formulas on. And then next time I write a formula or use Vlookup Assistant, it will create the formula with the structured references. And I'll explain what that means as well. Let's jump back over here and let's write a formula for index match instead of VLOOKUP. So I'll just click index match. Again, I have the cell selected where I want to input the formula. Here again, I will just select the cell that contains the lookup value, and the Vlookup Assistant's already selected that for me, so all I need to do is hit OK. And then the same step applies here where we select the range starting with the lookup value all the way over to the return value. Just select that single row, hit OK, and that will input our index match formula. And this is now using structured references. So the point here is you can use either regular cell references or structured references depending on the setting that you have turned on in Excel. And as you can see, Vlookup Assistant also wrote the index match formula for us. And of course, one of the benefits of index match is it's more flexible, so we could insert columns in our table here, and the index match formula will still work, where if this was a VLOOKUP, it'd return the wrong or incorrect results. And Vlookup Assistant contains a lot of options for writing different types of formulas. There's also a variation with the if-error function wrapping the VLOOKUP, so you can add if-error in front of your VLOOKUP if that's something you use for your VLOOKUPs. You can do that all in one step as well. Same with index match to the left. If you want to return a value in a column to the left, you can use this option here. We have VLOOKUP that will input the columns function instead of a hard-coded index number. You can also create XLOOKUPs and XLOOKUPs to the left. And then there's an option to convert your VLOOKUP formulas into index match formulas, and we will also have an option for XLOOKUP in the future as well. And this is great if you've just learned about index match and some of the benefits there, and you now want to take your VLOOKUP formulas and turn them into index match formulas. So that's a quick overview of the VLOOKUP Assistant feature for the Hero Tools add-in. Of course, if you have any questions, please leave a comment right below this video. Thanks again for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.